Okay, welcome back, dear friends. Today I'd like to continue our series of Vulnhub. The virtual machine would be Joy. I will put the link into the description section below so that you can download this virtual machine. And before we begin today's video, if you don't mind, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do appreciate your help and support. So now let's just get started. To save time, I have already imported this virtual machine into the VirtualBox. I'd like to tell you, although you can import this virtual machine into the VMware workstation, but when I did that in this way, although I can import the virtual machine into the VMware workstation and can start up, but when I did the Nmap scanning, the results would be a bit weird. So I recommend you use the VirtualBox to do this test or to do this virtual machine. Without further more ado, let's just get started. Now we can go into the Kali Linux. As you can see, I have already identified the IP address of the virtual machine as 254. And then I did the Nmap scanning, I did the scene scan, the virtual scan, the default script scan, and also did the comprehensive scan or full range port scan by the option of -P-. From the Nmap scanning results, as you can see, there's so many open ports. Like the first one is 21, which is running FTP, and the version is Pro FTP, but the actual information, the actual version information is not retrieved yet. But I think you maybe remember the Pro FTPD. This version of FTP service has some vulnerability, specifically the mod copy vulnerability, which allow us to copy one file to another destination. Okay, I think we need to keep it into our mind when we move forward. And the second one is 22, which is running SSH service, and also the actual version information. Although this version is not OpenSSH as usual, but I think this version doesn't have any vulnerability we can exploit. And the next one is 25, which is running SMTP. And then is 80, which is running HTTP service. And also we have already got one directory or file name is OSSEC. And the next one is for the POP3. But as you can see, this will be very important. The 130 line port, the port is open as well. And as you know, this port is used by the Samba service. Okay, and then is the IMAP service, and then is another several ports. But I think this we cannot utilize other ports for our purpose. Okay, so as I said in other videos, when the virtual machine has some service which are related to the file, like Samba, like FTP, such a service always will become our first order importance. Okay, and then we can try the first service, which is FTP, anonymous. And the two, as you can see, the user name is FTP, and there are two directories. We can go to the download, but nothing there. We go back and go to the upload. Yeah, there's some several files, but we can get the directory files and also the reminder of files, and we can open up our another tab. Let's cut the content of the reminder. Yeah, lock down this machine. Useless for us. And also the directory. So I think this file contains the directories and also the files inside the. It looks like the home directory of the user Patrick, right? And also there is version control and the SSH and also other some random file name. Anyway, now what we need to do now is to do some sample surface enumeration. Kindly, but nothing here. And also we can use the enum for Linux command to enumerate some more information about from the sample surface. Especially we can get as you can see, the username. We have two users. The first one is Patrick and another one is FTP. I think from the FTP surface enumeration, we have already know that the one user is FTP. And also we can know another username is Patrick. Okay, and now what can we do? We need to do some enumeration for the AT port. Let's open up our browser, and there is one directory. We have already got this information from the map. Let's click, but I can tell you we cannot get any useful information. And also you can do the directory enumeration, but to be honest, we can't get or retrieve useful information from such a process. So to save time of this video, I do not want to do now. Okay. So I think we have already got some information like a username information and also like a version control the information, but we didn't get the content of the version control file, right? We just know there is one file and the file name is version control. Do you remember I already mentioned at the very beginning the pro search pro FTPD? This one has some model copy file. It means that we can copy file using this vulnerability from one place or one directory to another directory. Okay, so let's do it now. The objective here is we need to we have already got we have already know from the directory information. This version control we need to get to know the content of this file, but now here we just know the path and also the file name, but we need to retrieve the content. How to do it? We can utilize the vulnerability of the mod copy. Let's use the telnet, and we can use the site copy from, and because we have already know that the path, this should be under the Patrick, right? Yeah, here, as you can see. So the Patrick and the version control. Yeah, no problem, exists. And now we need to run the command to copy this file to our FTP directory. And for example, to the download or upload anyway, because we can log in via FTP and download such or get the file. Yeah, no problem. Copy successful. Now we go back to our FTP session, and now we can go to the upload directory. As you can see, yeah, we have already got the new file, the version control, and we copy from the originally location, and we can get the version. And now we can, maybe we can quit the telnet. Okay, maybe we can open up another tab. And we can cat the version control. As you can see, there's some very important information from this file. The version, you know, like Apache version, the SSH version, of course, such information, version information, it's useless for us. But you can see from this file, we have already know the pro FTPD, the actual information, the version information, and we can search. The vulnerability which matches this version. Okay, so we can have already retrieved the exploit, but I can tell you, when I try the first one, the Metasploit module, and also the second one, all failed. And also, as you can see, the web root is no longer the UU directory. We have changed to this directory. This we must remember. I can tell you, you can make research through the search engine. And I have already opened up this GitHub, and this one can work for our vulnerability in this case. And I have already cloned the code into our Kali Linux, as you can see. And we can go to the exploit, and we can cat the content. As you can see, we need to pass some parameter or option like a host port, and this port is the FTP port, and also the absolute path, which can allow us to write the backdoor file, right? So we can Python exploit, and the host is and also the port number is 21, and the path is the absolute path of the www or web directory. And we go back to our, no, we will not, yeah, here. As you can see, we can cat the version. Yeah, here we can copy the path, the absolute path of the web root directory. Yeah, successfully exploited, and now we can access the backdoor. Yeah, this utilize the mod copy vulnerability and write this file, the backdoor .php, into the web root directory. And now we can go back to our browser. And now, I think the parameter we need to give or supply the parameter. As you can see, the parameter name is CMD, and now we can CMD ID. As you can see, we can run the command without problem. So next we need to get the reverse shell, and we need to go to the pentest monkey, or not the Python, not the pen. Okay, let's open up this one. And of course you can try different ways, but I can tell you I tried some other ways but all failed. The one which can work is to use the Python, and also you can check the version of the Python. Yeah, Python 2 exists on the virtual machine. So now we need to copy this line of the reverse shell command, and now we can paste into the pad, and of course we need to get the IP address of the Kali Linux. Maybe we can make a copy, and then we need to replace by our Kali Linux IP address. And as always, or as usual, I'd like to change the port number. Let's copy the whole line of this reverse shell command, and go back to the backdoor. But before we hit enter, we need to set up the listener first, right? And now we can hit enter. As you can see, we have already got the reversed shell from the target, and we can make this to become the bin bash by pty module. Okay, and now we can cut the we can do some very basic enumeration. Here there is one file which is worthy of investigation. Yeah, secrets of joy. We can cut content of this file. As you can see, this should be the password for the Patrick and also for the root. But you can try yourself. This password is incorrect. Anyway, we can switch to the Patrick, and we can paste the password in here. Okay, now we have already switched the shell from the www data to the Patrick. Okay, and now we can run the sudo. As you can see, we can run this command or this file to get the root privilege, right? We can sudo and run. Yeah, I'm practicing how to do simple bash scripting. What file would you like to change permissions within this directory? Okay, I want to change the password file, because if we can change the content of the password file, and then we can get the root privilege, right? What permissions would you like to set to? Yeah, the 777. But currently change file permissions, but cannot access this. So I think, as you can see, this test command just look for the file inside or under this directory. we need to escape this restriction. Okay, and we can make a copy. And this time we need to use some technique or trick. Yeah, we can. And 777. Oh no. Maybe has some error. Yeah. It's working. And we can check or confirm the privilege setting for this file. It means that everyone can access and also can modify the content of the password file. I think so far we have already done most of our work, and next part will be very easy. We just create our own user and append this user accompanied with the password, encrypt password to this file, and then we can get the root privilege. Okay, how to do it? Let me show you. And we can make a copy of this line. And the user, I'd like to change to my name, Jason. And also we need to generate the password. Yeah, encrypted password has been generated, and we can use this to replace the field of X. Now we can append this line to the password file. Okay, and yeah, no problem. And now we can change or switch the user to Jason. Password is 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now, as you can see, we have already become the root user. We can navigate to the root directory, and now we can get the root flag here. Okay, so we have already completed this virtual machine, retrieved the root flag, and also got the root shell. Okay, so that's all I'd like to show you or go through for this virtual machine. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.